Today, me and my dad are doing issue 17 of Imperium Magazine, which comes with some new terrain, and we'll be doing a battle report and some painting.
So, Matthew, issue 17.
Drink such wood touch.
So, we got some more terrain with this issue. So, we've got some more Munitorum containers with this one, which is nice. So, we'll be able to array our battlefield with a lot of terrain. We've already had information about the terrain in the previous issue. So, this one's...
And a random man's name, Ian.
Yeah. Yeah, so this one's giving us a bit of background about the Ultramarines, apparently about injuries and grudges, about scars, injuries they've had, that sort of thing.
Look at his head.
Because they will get a lot of injuries because they're in big battles, so they're going to get hurt. Yeah, he's got bionic eyes. They've replaced his eye.
No, look there.
No, he's got scarring. He probably got his eye chopped off though, by the looks of it. So,
Outcast.
bit of information about that. A bit of information about outcasts from Necron society. So these are a bit of the some of them go mad. So you've got the Scorpec destroyers there like that. They go crazy, just chopping everything up. So then we've got a bit about the worlds of the Imperium. So it's telling us about different worlds within the human empire.
Wait, Daddy, I've just got one question. Does he have legs?
No, he floats on a floaty thing.
What? There's nothing there to float on.
Yeah, that's his floating. He's like a floating platform.
Oh. I thought those were big pants.
So there's a bit of an explanation about some of the different human worlds. So we've got hive worlds, feudal worlds, and feral worlds. So a little bit about them. Again, how to build guides. So tell us how to build the Munitorum container.
Build.
Pretty sure it's identical to the previous guide.
Did you build it?
I haven't built it yet.
Okay.
I did do our previous one.
Close the door.
Oh yeah, I'm going to leave the door open for this one because I closed the door on the last one, so we're going to have an open one with this one. Then we've got the how to paint guide. So this time we're going to be painting the Munitorum container red. Then we've got a battle playthrough. Secure the drop site. Oh, it looks like we've got the assassin in the game again. So it's a nice librarian. Yeah, so he'll be smiting, won't he?
And
yeah, so it's the Primaris Librarian with some terrain up against the Necron warriors. That'll be good, won't it? So, on with the painting. So with this issue, we've got some new terrain pieces. So we've got another Munitorum container. We already had one in the previous. Some Promethean barrels and some ammo crates. So what we're going to do this time is we're painting them slightly different colours. And we're going to do a bit more detail on them. So I've already spray painted the container in red. It's actually in the guide Screamer pink. But we're going to go with red for this. It'll be very similar anyway. I don't think it'll make a lot of odds. The barrels were black in the guide, but I went with blue with them, mainly because that's what colour spray paints I've got. But and then the ammo boxes I've done in a light grey, whereas I think that they were blue actually. But it doesn't really matter. It's going to give us a bit of variation. So we're going to learn a couple of new techniques in this issue.
Dry brushing.
Dry brushing, that's going to be the first one. But we'll do that bit after. But what we're doing first is recess shading.
Huh?
So recess shading is going to be quite an interesting one. So what we're going to be doing is on the container, you can see that it's quite flat and plain because it's all one colour. So it's all been sprayed in red. What we're going to do is...
Except for the bottom.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a shade paint and we're going to be very carefully, so really carefully, and we can do this straight out of the pot, so be really careful not to knock that pot over. So you got a brush, haven't you? So
we need to paint it with the shading.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do recess shade, so you can try it with one of these barrels first of all, but I'll show you what to do on here. So if you watch carefully, what we do is we'll get some on the brush. Straight out of the pot is fine. Not too much. You don't want it to be running, but enough so you can see it's wet. What you do is everywhere that you've got a bit of like up against an edge. So the bits where you've got like just the bits that are a bit towards the edge of it. So you see you've got a raised bit there. Well, down the side of it, we're just going to paint a little line along the side. So basically, it's where the shadow should be. So we're basically painting the shadow onto it.
Okay.
I think I'm finished.
Let's have a look.
It's hard to see.
Oh, that's much better, Missy. You've done well with them.
Dry brush?
Yeah, we should do some dry brushing. Yeah, you see how well you've done with those ones? You just listened, didn't you? Well done. Right, so you see there's still paint on it. Okay, so what we do, let's get this just in a circular motion.
I don't know what circular motion means.
It's alright. So, just in a circle. But just barely touching it. All you're trying to do is catch the edges. So what you're trying to do is just catch the raised bits. So what it does is it leaves the paint. You see what I'm doing? Just very lightly running the brush over it. And what it does is it catches the edges. Right.
Oh, now this is good. Oh, look at that.
So yeah, just very lightly brushing it over though, remember. So just catching those raised bits. And when you've got a bit like this, right, well the angles of that, so what you don't want to do is run it, you don't want to run it down that angle, you want to try and catch the edges, so you're trying to flick it across like that.
Okay.
You see what I mean? Then back the other way as well to catch the other edge. Right, Matthew, all done with the painting now.
Yep.
So what we've done is, we start off by dry brushing the container with Screamer Pink. Oh no, sorry.
Wait.
Yeah, wait. So we recessed painted with Agrax Earthshade, so just giving it shadow on the crate itself. Then we painted then we gave it a dry brush with Screamer Pink to just bring out those highlights. Then finally Matthew's painted the Retributor Gold onto the eagles, onto the skulls. We did the same with one of the containers. And then the other 3 containers have been recess shaded again with the Agrax Earthshade, but this time I've dry brushed those with Corax White to just bring out the white colour of them. And again with the barrels we've given those a recess shade with the Agrax Earthshade. So looking quite cool now, aren't they, Matthew? Looking good?
And I like that bit.
Yeah, you like the eagles, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, cool. On with the battle then. So Matthew, battle playthrough for issue 17. So this is called Secure the Drop Site. The Necrons have compromised one of the Ultramarines' landing sites and are preparing to ambush for the incoming Space Marine transports. The Primaris Librarian must drive the Necrons back and deactivate the landing beacon before his allies descend into the jaws of the Xenos trap. So essentially, we have an objective, which is these ammo containers over here. It's actually just meant to be an objective marker, but I thought it'd be more fun if we used some crates for it. So we have the Librarian over this side of the map here. The Librarian can use psychic powers to attack his enemies. He is able to use the Smite psychic power, which will kill a number of enemies every turn. It's quite deadly.
So will it is there a... You can't dodge smite, can you?
No, you can't. Psychic power.
And also, how many wins does it do?
I think it's D3. However, we have a new rule for it this
mean?
time.
What does D3?
A D3 means you roll a dice, and if it's a 1 or a 2, it's 1. If it's 3 or 4, it's 2. And if it's 5 or 6, it's 3. So it's going to be somewhere between 1 and 3. However, we've got a new rule this time. So if you roll for your... So you need to roll to do the power to see if you get enough force points, and that's going to be rolling a 5+ on 2 dice. So you roll 2 dice, add the scores together, and you have to get 5 or more. However, if you roll a double 1, snake eyes, or double 6, octopus eyes, then he gets attacked by something from the warp. It's called Perils of the Warp, and you will take D3 wounds, which is quite bad.
Octopus eyes. What does that mean?
I just made it up. Your objective is to get to this end of the board. So we've got more terrain this time. So what we got with this issue was some more barrels and the Munitorum Container. So you're going to be able to use that to hide behind. The Librarian. The Librarian can use his psychic powers, Smite, to attack enemies. However, he's also good in close combat, using the Force Sword in close combat. He's only armed with a bolt pistol though, so he's not going to be doing much damage in ranged combat. He's going to be up against 8 Necron warriors, The Necron Warriors are not going to be very good in close combat. However, they are armed with Gauze Reapers, which are going to cause quite a lot of damage if they get some shots off.
Or Gauze Flayers.
Yeah, or Gauze Flayers. So they're going to be doing quite a lot of shooting damage. So although they are quite weak and aren't going to survive much in the way of punishment. However, in reserve we have 5 Flayed ones. The Flayed ones are deadly in close combat. They're held in reserve and they're going to be deploying at some point using teleportation. Turn 1. The Librarian advanced forward using Smite on the Necron Warriors. He did exceptionally well, managing to overcharge it, causing D6 wounds, and then rolled a 6, so killing 6 of the Necron Warriors, leaving only 2 of them. You need to roll to get enough force points to make the attack.
6 and 5.
Yeah,
So close to taking damage.
You weren't far off. Now, because you rolled 11 or more, so you rolled 11, so you actually do 6 wounds rather than normal 3 wounds because it was got a superpower on it. So you need to roll 1 dice, and that'll be how many wounds you're going to do against the Necron Warriors.
6.
Oh, carnage! The 2 Necron Warriors then fired off shots, managing to cause a wound on the Librarian. The 5 Flayed ones leapt into the combat, appearing within 9 inches of the Librarian. They charged into combat with him, managing to make it with their charge. Their attacks weren't particularly effective, just causing the 1 wound. The Librarian, on the other hand, managed to cause 5 wounds, which killed all of the Flayed ones. So all of the Flayed ones are now dead, leaving just the 2 Necron Warriors with 3 turns for the Librarian to get to his objective. So in turn 2, the Librarian advanced forward and used Smite and killed the last 2 Necron Warriors. They're dead. They're dead. Nothing happened. Just killed them. Which basically means that's his next turn. That's his next turn. He's won. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. He's won. Okay, so rolling 2 dice for the force power. So you need 5 or more.
3 and
It's all right. You got 6, but only rolling a D3 this time. So you need to roll a dice, and then 1 and 2 will be 1 wound.
So do I need to take one of these out?
Yeah, take one of those out. Just roll the 1 dice.
That count as a roll?
No, it does. So that's wait, it doesn't matter.
I didn't mean to roll it.
Oh, fine. Roll again.
If I get worse,
You did kill both of them with that, but you're going to have to roll again because you wanted to.
Yeah, I want to roll again. I got the same.
So, you've rolled a 3.
And they're dead.
And they're dead. So, did you enjoy that? You like the Librarian, don't you? He's cool, isn't he?
Yeah, I call him the blue assassin.
The blue assassin. Because he's blue. He looks a bit like an assassin. So there you go. Yeah, so that's cool. Alright, yeah. You enjoy that? Very good. So you've won again. I think that's 3 wins on the trot you got there. So what we've got to say to the viewers?
Bye! Don't forget to like and subscribe!
Bye.